Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, what I want to do is discuss VSG with you guys and explain to you how this project has managed to ingrain itself in my mind. And I've already bought into this. I've already got myself involved in this. I've been speaking about this in my live stream. So this video is a little bit late to say the least, but it's a really good point and you'll understand this as we get through the video. Now, with all of this being said, what you guys need to understand is before I tell you anything, okay, they burned 25% of the tokens on launch, and then they burned around $27,000 at a later date, which equates to around 1% of the total supply. You're talking about the contracts being renounced on the chain going live and the end result of a DAO and a governance-based ruled system moving forward. So you're talking about a real community-led project here, as to which the community will have say and sway over what they believe development-wise should happen. And this is going to be really good. This is what you want to see if you're like me from the decentralized finance space, and these kind of projects resonate with me a lot. They're familiar, they're visually receptive, and it's something that I already understand. I'm already very used to. Now, this chain is going to have validators, and I'm definitely going to be one of those people who validate the blockchain and do my best to support it where and wherever I can, because normally I ape into something, but this isn't something that I aped into because it sold itself to me. It's a utility token. It's got a huge future ahead of it. The team, the community, everything behind it currently is just on point, and it's ticking all of the right boxes for me. So on top of all of those different burns, what I'm going to show you here is how this actually works. So the holders of VSG will benefit from transactions that take place on our chain, with $1 from every transaction going to buy and burn VSG, which not only supports the chain and LP, but also makes it hyper deflationary. For us from the Terra Classic ecosystem, this is amazing. This is what we want to see. This is the way we want to see burns happen in a very positive, eco-friendly way, so to speak. And this is going to be really good for the ecosystem moving forward. So that's all something that's going to happen once the chain goes live and it starts like doing those buys and burns, and that'll all fall in line with different marketing events I guess the team have got in place. And something I want to say about the team here is, normally when I look into something like this, we're very late down the line. It's normally reached a $1 billion market cap by then, and it's really started to take roots and move forward. Now, with all of this being said, even at that point, it's hard to get in communication with people. But even at the beginning, it's also getting really hard to get in communication with certain people. Now, these guys off the bat have been so good. Straight away on it, it explained and answered all of the different questions that I had, and more or less got me to a point of where once the chain goes live, we can begin validating this blockchain. So like I was saying, right, it's got all of these different bells and whistles. And on top of that, you've got staking. And currently the APY, I believe, is at around 72%. So that's really good. Right now, if you're looking to accumulate on something, you like staking, this is the perfect time for you. And this comes with a no lockup situation. I'll have to go through it in another video. Otherwise, this video would end up around 20 minutes long with all of the different things we've got to go through here. So now what I want to do is quickly say about the partners. You know, they're partnering up with a lot of different people. They're ticking all of the right boxes, and you know, the people that are the right people you want interested in the NFT space, the crypto space, any kind of space, is YouTubers. And there's a lot of YouTubers that are having the attention sort of caught, and this is an attention-based market. And when you're catching people's attention like this, you begin to stand out. So they've got an NFT system, and off the bat, NFTs, like I was saying, they can be a little bit hit and miss. Now with these, there's a real good system behind it. So what I'm going to do is do my best here to explain to you exactly how these work and what happens when you buy one. So you've got carbon, you've got green, you've got gold. So if you grab yourself a carbon NFT, this is actually going to allow you to stake up to 100 million VSG, which is really good, especially if you're into staking. You're a whale holder, you've got a lot of coins, but it also gives you $1, right, from every transaction on the chain. And that will be split between the 150 holders for the carbon tier. And then that goes down. So then you've got only 350 of the green NFTs. Those will each share 25 cents per transaction split between the 350, and then the gold NFT, it's 1,000 holders and then 10 cents per transaction, and that will be shared between the 1,000 holders. So you sit and say to yourselves, well, Jay, that might not be a lot now, but it's actually quite a decent amount, to be quite honest. But moving forward in the future, with this blockchain being so low market cap, so new to the scene, just launched, getting these and getting those transaction fees for life could be insane. You're talking about for life, those transaction fee shares for life, and only 150 people in the carbon NFT tier. It's a situation where I thought to myself, I think I might get one, for the simple fact of that those transaction fees are for life. The chain's already hyper deflationary. They're going to renounce the contracts. It's going to be governance based. There's staking. You've got all of the right bells and whistles ticked for this blockchain. When it reaches the stage of launching and getting to the point of where validators are coming on board, and those validators are bringing parts of their communities and more holders, and people are starting to understand how much money is being made from this blockchain, the FOMO is going to kick in. So currently with Bitcoin going through a very, very bloody situation where it's coming down a little bit, it's tracking sideways, coming down a little bit, tracking sideways, coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down. Normally you would see coins like this fluctuating with Bitcoin dominance, and you're just not seeing that happening. This thing only wants to move upwards, and for me, these are all of the right signs. They're the right key indicators you need moving forward. So let's talk about the tokenomics here. You're talking about 2% tax on buys and 3% tax on sales. And like I said, those contracts will be renounced upon the chain completion. And this will be paving the way for a 0-0 tax-free environment, which is going to be good for the blockchain internally, externally. It's good all round, in my opinion. Some people might think differently. I myself am very, very happy about this. And they're on a lot of different other chains. So you've got them on Sol, you've got them on the BNB chain, you've got them on Avalanche, you've got them on Poly as well. So this is really good. And they're so new. Normally you'd think to yourselves, well, Jay, this must be like a $1, $2, $3 billion market cap. It must be very, very far along, and it must have sung all it has to sing, so to speak. And I would say to you, absolutely not. You'd be so new into this that this thing's still, like I was saying, around a $5 million market cap. So let's bring the chart up and talk quickly about price here, market cap, circulating supply of what's going on. So you're looking at 7.40 billion here on the circulating supply, and then just over $5.26 million market cap. Now overnight, this thing pumped by around 300, and I think at the peak there around 365%, depending on whereabouts you measure from. That's substantial. There's been a huge cook up. There's been a decent cool down, but what we're seeing is a trend line forming. And what I'm saying by this is, previously, if we pop this into a 4-hour chart to get a little bit more squished up, there we go, and then zoom ourselves in and we take ourselves a line, we can see that there's a decent trend line here. And what I was explaining yesterday in my live was that we had bounced once, we had bounced twice, we had bounced a third time here, and now we've shot up. And what you want to see here is it to go up like that, and then it has to come back down. It just happens in crypto. You need to understand that there's going to be short-term buyers that are just there for a quick gain, and then there's going to be us who are the long-term holders that are there to watch this thing go to a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $10 million market cap, as to which there's going to be tens of thousands of % in gains to be made. So like I was saying, if we've got this on the hourly chart view, we take that from the start of that trend to here, we've got another trend line forming. So what we're likely to see, and what I hope to see, is this thing track sideways a little bit and then move on upwards again and starts to set nice support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, and repeat that over and over again. But it's a strong mover in a market that is pretty bloody. Meme coins are bleeding, altcoins are bleeding even worse, and utility tokens seem to have the attention of the market, and Vitalik Smart Gas has definitely caught the attention of all of the right people. So like I said, I've been doing a live stream over the past few days, and I've been mentioning VSG in there, explaining that I'm going to be validating the chain once it reaches that point. I'm going to be there supporting it. But what I'm most excited about here is the situation of governance and decision making. And if this is something that's new to you and you haven't come from the Terra Classic ecosystem, you're not from a blockchain like that, you're talking about decentralized governance, and this is going to be the cornerstone of VSG's tokenomics. So the more VSG you hold, the more vote your coins will carry. Now, with all of this, decisions regarding the protocol upgrades, ecosystem enhancements, and any other critical matters are all going to be subject to you, me, and anybody else that's voting alongside validators. And this is going to ensure that the VSG community has direct and impactful say in the evolution of the project. And this is really important because with tokenomics and distribution, you want to make sure that these things are done in fairness and with transparency. And this has happened. They've got a system in place which more or less prevents huge sales from happening all at the same time. And as much as people don't want to be restricted, when something like this is relatively big, you want there to be some kind of sense of a fail-safe, some kind of trigger that kicks in to prevent whales from abusing the system. And normally abuse at these stages comes in the form of poor tokenomic distribution, and they've got this on point. It's definitely something that I would say was a selling point for me, because I don't want to see those big sales on the trading view. You don't want to see those big sales on the trading view. None of us do. We want to see those burns doing the right thing. We want to see all of the dynamics take in play and only seeing this thing push upwards. But you're always going to see ups and downs. That's just crypto. That's something in conclusion that you need to understand. So, you know, to summarize this thing down, it's going to be a system that you yourself can say, and you can't say this yourself in a lot of places. You can do anything here. Okay, you can create a validator and you can say to yourself, I want to create a project on the chain. And you can integrate that and link that into your validator. So you can be more than just a community member of this coin. You can be someone who's interwoven into it so heavily that you're securing the blockchain through your validating node. Now, speaking to the team, they're going to be setting aside the pool to obviously support the validators and stuff like that. Once we reach that point, I'll be putting out all of the relevant information for those who are wanting to become validators on the chain, what the technical requirements are, and anything else you're going to need to know moving forward. The other thing I'm going to do is leave links to absolutely everything we've gone through here in the description of this video, including links to the white paper, links to the staking system that I was talking about, which is really important. It's a good part of getting involved in this so early at around a $5 million market cap, is having that staking. So you can see it there on the screen. I'll leave links to that once again. I got my coins on Uniswap. What I can do here quickly is bring up the coin market cap view. So like I was saying, you're so early into this, it doesn't have any listings. They're yet to secure any of these. And it's not a situation where they're not trying to secure the listings. They're just getting all of the bells and whistles ticked. This is what you want to see. You would rather not see these listings at this point so you can prosper and profit from those moving forward. So like I said, I've got mine on Uniswap. It's all Ethereum based. And that's the only difference here really for me, is that it's an Ethereum based system. So I'm really, really excited to see more to come from the VSG team. And like I was saying with the price, seeing that big up and then that come down again, bounce on that trend line, it could be a good opportunity for you to possibly enter at a lower price. Me, myself, being at $5.26 million market cap, I woke up, I saw the pump, I saw the pullback, and on that pullback, as it's bouncing, I'll be accumulating a few more buys moving along. So like I was saying, everything, all of the links in the description of this video. But other than that, guys, drop a comment, drop a like on the way out, and stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. I'll catch you in the next one.